In this video, we're going to attempt to siege Himeji Castle. No one has ever attempted this. Let's go! After examining the castle's defenses, I knew the siege would be long and arduous. In total, the siege for the outer shell alone took around 40 hours, mostly because I was learning the nuances of the build, I mean the fortifications. Himeji lured me in with its signature siren song. The aesthetic of the castle is meant to evoke a white heron taking flight to the sky. And like most wax-winged humans, I thought I too might join it on its flight via conquering it. Here we're tackling the foundation. The first level of Himeji's defenses is the height of the castle itself. Being so tall, I wanted to capture the spirit of Himeji's height as opposed to a one-to-one recreation, mostly because I think my flame altar probably wouldn't have supported it. My defense research was weak, however, and I fell victim to the architect's first trap, my own hubris. The siege continues well into the first night. The foundation offers more challenges as I wrestle with the first layer of design decisions. Edges, corners, and footprint shape all contend to take me down. At last, I settle for an L-shaped footprint. Morning breaks, and we finally start to see the height rising up. Before I know it, it's time to start sieging the walls. I've chosen the highly polished stone block as it's the closest thing I've found to match the white plaster of the real Himeji-jo. Some background on Himeji-jo. It's also called Shirasagi-jo, and the current iteration is around 400 years old, and was rebuilt from its previous iteration by Ikeda Terumasa from 1601 to 1609. While the current iteration is only 400 years old, there have been iterations of it dating as far back as the 1300s. Himeji-jo is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and several of its buildings are designated Japanese national treasures. I found this quote from someone who toured Himeji-jo in real life. Absolutely boggles the mind. The soldier in me was absolutely dizzy going through Himeji. I knew I was in for it when I read this. Nonetheless, the siege continues. My offense research failed me here, and the architects got me good even 400 years later. Despite having over 600 hours sieging trolls and draugrs in Valheim, Enshrouded system was another learning curve entirely. Suddenly, I wasn't constrained by stability, unlike my mental health. My first choice with my newfound freedom? Using the sweet conifer wood block as my Himeji-jo's flooring. As we move through the castle, I take careful note of details, like these doorways, where I'm able to build up a sort of archway shape using my beloved weapon, the single voxel tool. After many hours of navigating the first floor, we make it to the second floor. The first and second floors appeared to belong to the serving staff of the castle. Not many valuables here, but I can appreciate the serfdom-level vibes of the half-timbered wood block. Himeji-jo features plenty of windows and loopholes, designed to allow easy attacks from within the castle walls on incoming invaders. Let's punch some windows out. These half-timbered wood blocks continue to whisper the secrets of the serving staff's floors. Attempts to navigate a serpentine path through the shell to mimic the disorienting nature of the castle appear to be successful, thus far. Like any polite invading force, I take special care to take my shoes off at the genkan, or entryway, a must-have for any recreation of a Japanese castle. We are now approaching the third floor of the castle. The architects must have known this would feel like a triumph, as I am quickly humbled once again by the flow of this specific staircase. Trying to fit it into this area was a challenge, but somehow I made it work. Here I make my favorite design decision, insetting the conifer wood block one block into the highly polished stone block, which created this sort of luxurious inlay effect, perfect for a castle. It's important to stop and smell the roses even during a siege. Can we admire the lighting of this god ray even on low graphics? I mean, come on, Keen Games, you can't keep getting away with this. Another feature that lends to Himeji's disorienting nature is the hidden nooks, crannies, and secret hallways that the castle keeps. This nook under the staircase is one such feature that will be highlighted when it comes time to decorate. And don't worry, there will be secret doors and pathways too. Here, we're starting to ascend to the second, larger tower. This tower, according to my quote-unquote research, was not used for living quarters. No, in times of peace, this tower was used for, you guessed it, grain storage. Wait, that can't be right. Oh, it is. Would have put a princess up there myself, but that's why I'm the one doing the sieging. At long last, we're in the topmost floors of the castle. You can tell because we're using the fancy stone block instead of the half-timbered wood block. While the original tower in real life is used for grain storage, here in Embervale, this will be the personal floors of the residing samurai. Obviously, in Enshrouded, you could achieve some sort of implied curve using a staggered stack of 1 meter voxels, but knowing I was gonna have to brawl with that single curved dormer later, I decided to choose my battles wisely. A siege is a marathon, not a sprint after all, and I decided on these single voxel ridges that break up the face instead. These white stone accents are sort of reminiscent of the frilled edges that are along the roof detailing of the real Himeji castle, and I think it looks so good here. And, oh my, we're starting to see our first casualties on our side. Oh dear. I mentioned before, the roofline features this ridging that I'm putting down, which is basically just one voxel at a time in a line, just to add some visual interest that I was not able to achieve with a curved roofline. We're going to mirror what we did on the front-facing side of the castle roof and put it on the back side. That way both sides has the appropriate amount of detail. And, oh no, our second casualty. Remember the ABCs of sieging. Always be taking down your scaffolding. Here, that's what I'm doing. We're taking down some scaffolding up and putting some more up to reach different angles and heights and locations. But removing scaffolding is also not without its deaths. As I'm sure you can tell, first my sieging strategy was to build up and then work my way down with the roof. This created a sort of rhythm that was easy to attach the rhythm of the roof line to, so I didn't get too lost in doing all of these roofs. And listen, there are so many roofs. Instead of a death counter, I thought about doing a dormer counter because every single face of the castle has these false dormers that poke out just so slightly, and while on the real castle, many of them are curved. On my Himeji castle, it was such a pain to try and recreate this beautiful curved, sort of arched dormer that I just put one on my castle. And even the dormers gain a casualty on their side. We come back to life and continue on with the roof. At this point, I am detailing the roofs voxel by voxel, one layer at a time, just to see what I can build from it. Like what kind of details I can find that maybe aren't in the original build, but they make sense for Enshrouded's design language. But at the most, I just end up doing these custom angled sort of blueprint shapes. Here I'm fixing some of the detailing on the inlays. And, yet again, more roofing. Guys, I have to be honest, I chose this castle in part because I wanted to get really good at roofing in these types of games, and I think this build alone gave me so much experience I never have to watch a roofing tutorial ever again. Hopefully. And here is the actual dormer that I put on the inside corner of the castle. And I think it turned out okay, but let me know what you guys think, or if you've got any tips that I can use. It's late at night. We're not sure what number night this is, but we're still going, and we finally got a roof up on the dormer. I'm just gonna break into the little secret hallway we built here and make sure the dormer has a window, that each side of the hallway has a trick bookcase hiding the entryway. And of course we've got to do a run through to check, right? Some more secret hallways, and here is my challenge of the entire build. It's the dreaded curved dormer, and honestly there was no convenient way I could chop this up and keep it in real time, so I had to put it at 5x speed just because the process was build a little bit, realized I got it wrong, have to tear it down, and just keep going. Inch by inch, voxel by voxel, but finally I land on something I like, and I hope it reads to you guys as well as it reads to me. And believe it or not, this footage that's being sped up right now is actually the trimmed down version. I think I probably spent about 2 hours tooling around with this dormer. And we're doing more roofing. We're finishing up these dormers that I left wide open. I'm using some sideways turned window frames to create sort of a gate for that giant window. I'm closing up the minor dormer that's beside it, and this is the finished build. I think it looks pretty good for what I wanted it to be, although Enshrouded Systems kind of translated it pretty clunky, but I'm still happy with it. Now, if I were to go back and do it all over again, obviously there is a lot that I would do different. For now, I'm happy with it. And here is the other side of the castle, the inner corner. Now guys, I'm going to be doing the landscaping and interior decorating as 2 separate videos, so be sure to check back. Hopefully within the next month or so, I should have those up. They're going to be so much fun to do. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. Alright, see you later.